Alright, welcome to the May I Borrow Your Glasses tutorial series. Thank you for joining us today. We are going to have a few short videos. The first one I'm going to focus on right now is the basics of Facebook. So one question that is asked frequently is, does it cost to use Facebook? And no, that's incorrect. They have it complimentary for your use, and it is untrue that it will be a charge site in the future. So there's been rumors circulating that Facebook is going to charge the users to use the site, and this is untrue. So another question that is frequented on our site is, can you create a joint Facebook account or share a Facebook account with someone else? And in reality, yes, you can. You can create a Facebook account that is shared with another person. However, technically, they don't allow that. On the basis of the beginnings of Facebook, it was meant to represent one person and one person only. So it needs to be a proper first name and last name for one user on an account. However, there's nobody stopping you to share an account with someone else. So there's another question that asks why you're getting Facebook invitations from friends. So when a friend joins Facebook and they search for you via your email address, and if it shows up that you do not currently have a Facebook account, Facebook will actually prompt your friend to send you an email inviting you to join Facebook. So this is just an email from one of your current real friends searching for you on Facebook and realizing that you do not have an account. So it's not spam email, it's actually coming directly from one of your friends asking you to join. So the basics of signing up for Facebook, we do have a full video tutorial for that, and then there are also detailed instructions online, which I recommend if you are going to be using a mobile number or a mobile account for Facebook as your master account. So I highly recommend those tutorials. We have many of them on our site here, and I recommend looking through them. So another question we're going to focus on today is, what is the difference between logging in and signing up? So there are two different things here. When you arrive on the Facebook page, there are going to be login sections or sign up sections, and the sign up section will always be the biggest and most bold on the page. If you go into this section, it will prompt you and say that you actually already have an account under that email address. So not to be confused with the login section. The login section is on the upper right, and the sign up section is going to be right in the middle every time you visit the home screen of the Facebook account. So how to log into your Facebook accounts. This is just a basic, and we did go over this after the tutorial that regarding the sign up page. So logging into Facebook is quite simple. You'll go to www.facebook.com, and on the upper right hand corner it's going to have a username and login section. So you'll use those and your proper credentials in which you use to sign up for your account, and press log on, and this will get you into Facebook and onto your page. So there's also a pretty simple question that's very important. How do I log out of Facebook? So first of all, I do recommend logging out of Facebook every time you are finished using the site, because it is a personal site and something that represents you directly. So you want to make sure to keep that security pretty tight and your privacy safe. So on the upper right hand corner of the page, there's going to be a little button that looks like a gear. So you'll click on that, and it will have a drop down menu. At the bottom of the drop down menu, it will have a button marked log off. And so after you click that, it'll bring you back to the home screen and tell you that you've been logged off. So I recommend to do that every time you are finished using the site. So another important question, especially for someone who is starting a business and getting fairly busy and really needs to be serious about their time management. No one wants to have extra spam or emails coming into their inbox because of a newly opened Facebook account. And so many clients ask, do the Facebook advertisers have access to your personal information? So will you be getting extra spam emails because of this? And no. Facebook's official answer is that everything is done anonymously. So no, they will not have access to your information, and they won't share any of your information with their advertisers. And another question that's very similar to it is if Facebook sells your information to advertisers. And no, that's also incorrect. They don't do that. Um, and the only way that your information is shared is if you okay it through an external app or service. And there will always be a button asking you to accept. Now, something that we've gone over before is the timeline. The timeline is fairly important. It's your main page. It's basically like a profile page would be a synonymous term for it, but your timeline uh, does, of course, have privacy levels on it for depending on how you've set them. Now, a question that we've had is, can other users see if you have looked at their timeline? So there are a lot of apps out there that promise the ability to anonymize your Facebook account or what you viewed, or that show other users that they've viewed your account so many times. And unfortunately, at this point, or fortunately, these are all false. They can't be tracked. No one can track who's been looking at whose timeline. So fortunately and unfortunately, no, Facebook does not allow anyone to track who views whose timelines. Third-party apps also don't have this type of functionality across the board. They're always looking out for apps that are doing this, but unfortunately at this point there's no one that can be tracking your activity on Facebook. Now, can anyone who's looked at your Facebook, can you track people that have looked at your Facebook? That's also incorrect. No, you can't. You can't see who's been looking at your Facebook, and there are no third-party apps at the moment that do that as well. Now there's another function on Facebook called private messages. Private messages are very similar to an email between users. So if you wanted to talk to someone or have a message sent between you and a friend, you would want to use private message instead of posting on their wall. This allows just the recipient and the sender to see what's going on in the message. So a question that we've had before is, can others see private messages on the timeline? Do your messages show up on your timeline, who you're sending messages to, and the content? And no, private messages only appear in your inbox on Facebook. And the inbox is at the top of your page. However, it is not on your timeline for public viewing or for your friends to view. Okay, so there are a lot of apps out there that like to dig into your personal information and your profile and your computer's personal information. So be very aware that you should never have to log in to anything to use an app. So a very important topic is Facebook apps, or our Facebook apps. They really should only be asking you to log in once through your Facebook account. There should not be multiple surveys to fill out, promotion codes, downloading any toolbars, any unrelated actions to Facebook. Really, the only thing that you should be doing is maybe logging in once through Facebook, allowing them to see your Facebook account, and liking their company page or profile page. But other than that, any other unrelated actions, including promotion codes, downloading extra things onto your computer, really are unnecessary, and that's something to really be wary of for the security of your page and also for the security of your computer system. Now, one thing that we focus here at May I Borrow Your Glasses is on pages and personal timelines. They are two completely different items. However, they look very similar to a Facebook user. So a page is something that is made by either a company or a celebrity or a musical artist or something along those lines that you'd want to follow them, but it's not an actual person per se. So it as far as the musical artist goes, it is the persona of that person as the musical artist, but it is not that person. So under a personal Facebook account, you have the ability to create pages. So a page will always be under a personal timeline. And timelines just in general, are for individual, non-commercial use. So just for the individual, not for a business, not for a service, and not for couples. They are for individuals. That's what their main purpose was. Now, the timelines represent people, individuals, and they should be under Facebook code under that individual's name. Now, of course, there are lots of other fun names that are popping up nowadays, but if you try to change your name and it's something that Facebook deems not an individual name, you may have difficulty coming up with something different and fun. You may have to go with your basic name, which I highly recommend so that your friends can find you on Facebook. And now there's a new feature on Facebook called Follow. It's very similar to following on Twitter, and you can follow someone's timeline. So you're going to be getting extra updates on the people that you're following, so that maybe you're just interested in, but you're not necessarily friends with. You do not have to be friends with someone to follow them on Facebook, which is an interesting concept. Now, Facebook pages, what I was talking about before, they look very similar to personal timelines. However, they are a little bit different, and they have unique abilities to them, such as they can connect people to a certain topic, theme, musical guest, musical instrument, classes, anything really. It brings people together. So pages bring people together. Pages are not people. They are causes, businesses, brands, organizations, celebrities, anything along those lines. Now, pages are managed, kind of like a business or a fan club. Pages are managed, and they have administrators who then in turn have their own personal timeline pages. Now, they are not separate Facebook accounts from these timeline pages. Every admin has a little part of that page. So if an admin decides to leave, of course the entire page still stays, but all of the pages they're not personal. They are actually logged in under a personal Facebook account. Now, there are extra little things that we can focus on in another tutorial, but I'll just kind of touch on it right now, that pages do provide extra information than timeline pages, than profile pages. Pages have extra insights into data and who's visiting your site over and above the personal sites. You can see how many people are interacting with a certain photo, what time of the day most people responded to things. It's a very useful tool. Now, there are extra things like liking. You can like a page, you cannot like someone's personal timeline. Now, the automatic update would be when you like a page, you will automatically get an update of their page in your newsfeed every time something happens with that page. So if you are uncomfortable with that, or you are a little overloaded with Facebook notifications, you may want to turn that feature off.